If you want to take your jawline from non-existent to attractive, you need to push your maxilla forward. And the best way to do so is by having the correct tongue posture, aka mewing. But how do we actually mew properly? It used to be such a simple advice, but now every looks maxing guru on social media has been confusing everybody with some weird ass tips. And I understand if you feel overwhelmed. And that's why in this video I will walk you through what the correct tongue posture is, how to mew, and why having a bad tongue posture actually fucks up something called your hyoid bone, which fucks up your neck posture but also your jaw alignment. So step number one, what the correct tongue posture is. So there's a quick story that I want to tell you. So back in 2023, around that time period, I was in something called after school here in Denmark. And on this after school, on this specific day, I was sitting in my room alone and I was watching some YouTube videos about self-improvement. And all of a sudden, I came through one video which teaches me the most important thing that I could ever have learned. And that was to breathe through your nose. So in that year, I had just turned 16 years old. And for 16 years, I had never heard or known the concept about breathing through your nose instead of through the mouth. Basically, I didn't even think about it. It had just become a habit that I breathe through my mouth. And when I watched this video, I literally realized that I was mouth breathing while watching it. And that's when I know, okay, I've been doing this shit for 16 years. I have basically been unmewing myself. And that's when I found out that now it makes sense why my jawline looks so weird. It doesn't look attractive like all the models out there. So my action step to you, which was the thing that I learned, was that you need to have a correct tongue posture, of course. Basically, you just want to breathe through your nose instead of your mouth. Usually, people will have a good tongue posture, but let me explain it to you like in brain dead ass steps so you understand it. So basically, your tongue, you want that to rest against the roof of your mouth. So take a look at this. It's way easier to just show it. Take your tongue up against your roof of your mouth. You can kind of feel something called your palate. It's basically a hole that goes upwards on the roof of your mouth. It's a good place for where your tongue should be resting. And then what you then want to do is that you just want to close your mouth and then you want to breathe through your nose while your whole tongue kind of goes up against the roof of your mouth. But the thing is, this is just the bare minimum placement for your tongue. What you actually want to do if you want to get a super good jawline is that we need to do something else. Because the other step, having a correct tongue posture, was just step number one. The second step is that you want to mew. So mewing is basically just where you still have your tongue resting against the roof of your mouth. What we then want to do now is that we want to use our tip of our tongue because that's where we want to give the pressure. Because that's what I actually want you to know. Because so many people talk about that, you can't get forward growth after puberty or some stupid shit like that, right? Or you can't change your skull. You actually can, because you can push forward something called your maxilla. And the way that we do this is just giving enough pressure against our palate, enough time with our tongue. And then we will slowly actually get forward growth. So do this action step with me right now. So take a look here from the side, right? You then want to take the tip of your tongue against your palate. The palate is basically just the roof of your mouth right behind your teeth. So not on your teeth, but right behind your teeth. So then you want to take your tip of your tongue and push it upwards and then think about forwards afterwards. So up and forwards with your tongue. You can kind of control that with the tip of your tongue. And then this is how your jawline will look like. You can kind of feel it's hard under here, like your tongue is resting against it. But that's okay, because we want to apply as much pressure as we possibly can with our tongue against our palate. Because if we do this over enough time, and we do it basically all day, whenever we are not talking, sleeping, eating, then you will actually get these results. But even though that I've just told you the tips, it's still pretty difficult to get the form and technique down properly. That is exactly why that I have a program where I literally go on a coaching call with you. Like, you can literally have as many of these calls as you want to inside of my program. So if you ever have any questions about the technique and form, because it is difficult to do, then I can literally just come on the call with you and I can just tell you, oh bro, you're doing this thing wrong. Imagine how powerful that is. Imagine how much time you will be able to save. It's an awesome investment to do in order for you to become as most of an attractive person in the shortest amount of time possible. If you want to have a closer look at it, then go have a look at the top link of the description. All the details are there. So now that you understand how to have the correct tongue posture, we still actually won't get like the best jawline ever. Sure enough, we will get forward growth, so our jawline will be longer. But there's still some jawlines that look kind of like this from the side profile, where it basically looks like you have fat, but it's just skin hanging off here. Of course, if you're overweight, then obviously it's probably a combination of fat. But so let me tell you another story. So back in around, it was also actually, or was it 2024, I think, maybe the start of 2024, when I started to go in college. So in college, I was sitting in the classroom, and basically our teacher had given me and my friend group an assignment. And we did it in a couple of minutes, and then we took it into AI, just said, make this shit for us, and then we delivered the assignment for our teacher. Then the interesting part came afterwards, because then we just did whatever we wanted to. And I play table tennis, so I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch this new match that just came out on YouTube. So I went onto YouTube and I started to basically just get locked in with this YouTube video. I was so focused on it. I probably looked at it like like this, right? But the interesting part was that all of a sudden I heard that my friends beside me were starting to laugh really loudly. And I was like, But I just thought to myself, it's probably just their usual bad jokes that they're laughing about. But then they kept on laughing. And then do you know that feeling that you can kind of tell when people are looking towards you, like just staring you down basically? And I kind of got that feeling, and I looked upwards from my screen, paused the video, and I looked to the side, kind of confused. But then I saw them laughing their asses off while looking at me. And then I asked them, what's so funny? And they took their phone out and they showed me a picture of me that they had taken of me from the side profile. And I had the worst jawline ever. It looked completely recessed, no definition at all. And that's when I realized, holy shit, I haven't been changing my jawline at all. And that is because that I didn't know the concept of training your hyoid bone. So basically, there's two reasons for why we have skin or fat hanging off here. So the first reason is you're overweight, and that's why you just need to lose weight. But there's still some people who are actually skinny, but still has skin hanging off here. They're not lean. It doesn't look like they have that sharp definition on their jawline. And that is actually because they have a lack of training their hyoid bone. So here's the action step that I want you to do. So I want you to lie with your head at the end of a bed, and then you want to do something called a neck curl. Basically, there are some cues that I want you to think about here. First of all, I want you to think about getting as steep of a stretch as possible. Like, you can literally do this with me right now to feel like the burn that it can give you. So if you're sitting down just like I am, just try to tilt your head backwards as much as possible. Think about you want to stretch it like this. Oh, yeah, I feel the stretch there. Did you feel it as well? you should do, because that's exactly how we activate the hyoid bone. And then when you are at this deepest stretch part, or the deepest stretching part of the movement, then you just want to think about rolling your neck upwards, not lifting. You're not a rock star who's trying to rock to some music. You're lifting, no, not lifting. You're rolling your neck upwards, not lifting. And then you want to think about touching your chin towards this part area here. So basically this hole that you have around your throat. And when you do these, you should feel a big burn around your throat area and chin right around here. And that is your hyoid bone getting worked, so that's a good thing. But getting a more attractive jawline is just the first step to becoming as attractive as a model. There's something that I have invented, which I call the 4 key facial muscles. These 4 key facial muscles, when they are trained correctly, you will literally go from just an average guy to having the same traits as models. And in this video, I've been teaching you about 2 of them, which was mewing and your hyoid bone. But there's still 2 more that you need to train in order for you to completely transform your looks. Basically, you also need something called the hunter eyes, and you need to get a wider jawline, basically training your masseter muscles. And all of these muscles I teach you inside of my program. And I also, again, do the coaching calls. But in my program, I also teach you how to get an aesthetic body, where you train the 7 aesthetic muscles. That's what I call it. Think about how much value you get inside of this program. I will literally turn you into a model. I will turn you into the most attractive guy. I am telling you, when these muscles are trained, you will be treated differently when you go onto the streets. You will actually start holding eye contact with attractive girls, because they will actually want to look at you now. They don't just think, oh, that's just another ugly guy. She will actually turn her head to watch you. If you're interested in this, where I can literally change your whole entire life by making you more attractive, then go have a look at the top link of the description. All the details are there. I really want to give you a thank you for watching this far of the video, because you're really taking the time to educate yourself. And because of that, I know this channel will be exactly the thing for you, because on this channel I teach you exactly how to become the most attractive version of yourself. So if you want to become a part of this and you want to learn all the things that I have to teach you, then go down and click subscribe to my channel. Go watch this video over here so you can keep on learning. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day, bro. Mwah.